Um, Granados in 1898 made his first trip to Madrid, and he visited the great Prado Museum there and saw the paintings and etchings of Francisco Goya, and he was overwhelmed. And from that point on, he decided he wanted to convert his visual impressions into musical impressions. And the culmination of these efforts was a suite of 6 pieces for the piano he called Goyescas, after the style of Goya. And some of them can be specifically associated with particular paintings or etchings by Goya. Granados was persuaded by friends to orchestrate the Goyescas and turn it into a one-act opera. And this is where the story, the biographical story, becomes especially interesting for me as a New Yorker. Granados made his only transatlantic crossing in December of 1915 to attend the premiere of Goyescas at the Metropolitan Opera in New York City. Why in New York City, of all places? It was going to be in Paris, but World War I had broken out and the French capital had no evening performances. So he comes with great trepidation to New York. He's there for the premiere. He plays concerts throughout the US, and he's all set to go back to Europe in March of 1916, and he gets a last-minute invitation from Woodrow Wilson. Would he perform in a concert at the White House? And this was not an invitation he could refuse. Apart from the professional prestige, diplomatically speaking, at that point, the US was a neutral country, as was Spain. And there was no way diplomatically that Granados could refuse. So he had to extend his stay in the United States to perform at the White House. And the boat that he and his wife wound up taking on their way back to Europe, when it was crossing the English Channel, was torpedoed by a German U-boat. And there were survivors, but Granados and his wife were not among them. They apparently panicked, jumped into the cold waters, and they perished, leaving 6 children orphaned. And there's a very poignant letter that Granados wrote home from New York City where he says, "My head is full of ideas. I'm just beginning now. Now I finally understand my craft. I can't wait to get back and get back to work." And it wasn't to be. So the 2 pieces from Goyescas I'm going to play now are La Maja y el Ruiseñor, the Maiden and the Nightingale, a very popular work. And then the last is El Pelele, which refers to a specific cartón. The cartones were paintings by Goya that were meant as tapestry designs, and it's a very famous painting where you see 4 women, or majas, tossing a straw dummy in a blanket. And so 2 works from Goyescas to conclude. Thank you.